Rob, what are the chances Hezonja plays for you in 2015-16?
Tremendous.
Rob, you talk about what you liked with him. From what we've heard, he's a guy with a lot of confidence who shoots the ball well from the outside. What scouting report can you give on him?
Yeah, just Mario's a player who we're very, very excited about. He's someone who brings a lot of good things to the table. Very capable scorer, shooter. We think he has a lot of firepower offensively, and also the ability to defend as well, based on his athleticism and ability to move around the floor. So we see him as a dynamic player and another young player that we've added to the group to continue to grow together.
Rob,
Right.
yeah, I'm not trying to be smart, but he is going to play, right? I mean, there's been situations where international guys can't get out because of the buyout, because they can't get a passport, whatever. You fully expect.
We're fully confident he will be with us next season. We have no concerns over the buyout, and that's something we'll be able to work through over the next few days.
And my other question is, how does that affect your wing? Maybe Scott, both of you guys can answer that. Looks like a lot of guys playing on the wing now, and how's it affect Skiles?
Sure. So yeah, I'll take a crack at it, Scott. I think this is in line with our philosophy about really trying to play with versatile players and interchangeable players. And so we see Mario as someone who can play with all of our guys, including Tobias, including Aaron, including Victor, including everybody right down the line. So we feel that his versatility and his ability to play different positions, we see him as a 2-3, just a wing. And we feel like he continues to add not only that positional versatility, but his ability to make shots from the perimeter is something that our team obviously needs as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's a 2-3, Evan's a 2-3, Aaron's a 3-4, Tobias 3-4. So there's all kinds of combinations that Victor's a 2-1. So there's all kinds of combinations that can be put out there, and more versatility is always good.
He's been busy with his own team in the ACB. He could not attend the combine, could not come here. How much interaction have you guys had interviewing him, getting to know him? And if there has been little, was that a concern?
We've done a lot of research on Mario over the years, Josh. Marty Artigas, who's our international scout, who lives in the Barcelona area, did a phenomenal job over the last several years building Mario's file for us. So we're very comfortable with that. We were able to sit down with Mario beginning of June in Barcelona. Spent about an hour and a half with him there. So yeah, we feel very, very comfortable with Mario and his profile and everything we know about him.
Judging by your reaction to the war room after the pick was made, it seemed like you guys were excited. It makes me feel like this was a guy maybe you were targeting the whole time. Is that correct?
Well, it wouldn't have been good if we weren't excited. So yeah, I mean, this was a guy that we were hoping would be there. We feel like he's a great fit in a lot of different ways. We love his skill set. We love his personality. We love the charisma and the swagger he plays with, and we think he'll fit in quite well.
Rob and Scott, he's been a pro since he was 17. How much did that help you kind of build a file on him, and how much will that help him transition to the NBA? The fact that he's been a pro for 3 years, he's not just some kid who's starting out as a pro now.
Well, actually, Johnny's been a pro since he was, I think, 13.
Is that right?
14, yeah.
In Spain since 17.
Yeah, so it's a different philosophy and approach over there, and I think that in a good way. And I think that Mario's been ingrained in a professional environment, playing against grown men for several years now, and so we feel like that preparation can only help him as he makes the transition to the NBA.
Scott, what did you like most about him?
Well, I wasn't, other than his name, I wasn't familiar with him. But Rob and his guys did a tremendous amount of work on all of these guys, more than any other place I've ever coached. So, it was easy to get brought up to speed. There was so much data and film and everything else. So that certainly didn't take long. But I just echo what Rob said. I mean, the guy has he plays with a real swagger that. We have a bunch of really good guys still trying to find themselves in the NBA, and obviously we're really high on all of them. But he's been playing professionally, like you said, and he has a high level of confidence.
Scott, what's your take on him as a defender?
I think athletically, laterally, especially, there's any reason he can't be a really good defender. He has some, and he also has some toughness. So, like a lot of great offensive players, especially young great offensive players, he probably, takes a possession or two off maybe right now at his young age when maybe he shouldn't, but that isn't anything that can't be corrected.
Scott, since you played in the league for a while, how has the foreign players, how has that changed since you played in the league? How has the perception changed of guys coming over?
I'm going to say something really profound now, Brian. There's a lot more of them.
As far as quality, as far as...
Yeah, I think what's happened, obviously worldwide, we're all interconnected now. It's a global community, and so there's so much more access that, like I said, Rob and his guys have, and information travels so quickly, and doing background work and things like that. Teams can get so much more information now, and every team is over there working, trying to find these guys. He's been on the radar for a long time, so even though he's young, and so everybody knows about him.
With how much the team struggled on offense last year, how much did trying to fill that offensive need go into making this pick, as opposed to bringing in someone that you need to develop as the team tries to turn that corner this season?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's certainly a factor. We just felt Mario was the best player. We truly believe that. And he does a lot of things that I think complement our guys. And so it was a combination of different things, but I think the underlying factor is we really believe in Mario as a player, and really believe in his fit on our team.
Okay, we have time for a couple more.
Rob, you said Marty stays in Barcelona. How long has Mario been on your radar?
He's been on our radar, for the last 4 or 5 years, and I think realistically, we've been over to see him a bunch, whether it's for Barcelona or the junior team you play at, for the club, or even the junior national stuff, the Croatian national team. So we've been able to watch him for a handful of years, and because of that, we feel very confident in our evaluation of him.
And Scott, obviously there are more of them. As a coach, is there something you can do to help them adjust to playing in the NBA, life in the United States, anything that you can do with your experience as a coach?
Maybe a little bit. I think it helps that we have Vooch and we have Evan, and that can ease the transition. The fact that he's fluent, that always eases the transition. And he's kind of a basketball junkie. So if you love to play ball, this is the place. You practice every day, you play all the time. This is the place for that.
I know you guys are surprised by this, but sometimes analysts tend to go with hyperbole.
Really?
Some of these guys, a couple of analysts said he's the one guy who could win the dunk contest and the three-point shootout. A couple of them said if he went to Duke, he'd be the potential #1 pick. Does that show the completeness of his game?
Sure, and we hope he helps us win games, not just the dunk contest or the three-point shooting contest. So he's a super talented kid.
All right, Brian, last one.
Robert, is there any chance to trade down? Did you have any other trade scenarios in mind?
We had a few that were sort of on deck, I guess you'd say, Brian. But once we saw that Mario was going to be there, we decided to take him. He was our guy all along. So
If he was not there, somebody...
I think the potential would have been there for us to maybe maneuver a little bit. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you guys.
Just